Hello everyone, today we are going to learn about learning vector quantization and the learning vector quantization algorithm, how it is used and what are the benefits of using learning vector quantization over the normal learning quantization or vector quantization, and we can also see what are the different steps or the conditions that we have to consider while updating the weights or the weight change, and what are the different types of learning vector quantizations or the improvements regarding the learning vector quantization. So let's come to the topic. Learning vector quantization is a supervised learning algorithm, and it is a supervised version of a vector quantization that is used since this algorithm is used when we have labeled input data, and this learning technique uses the classes information to reposition the Voronoi vectors or the weight vectors slightly so that we can improve the classifier's decision regions, that is the decision boundaries made by the classifiers. We try to improve those decision boundaries in order to get the maximum accuracy or to accurately classify the data. It is a two-stage process, and it is followed by a SOM followed by a learning vector quantizer. So why we are using SOM here is because we were using SOM to capture or to cluster the data as per their features, and this clustered or clustered data is fed it to the learning vector quantizer, and then with the help of the pre-processed data we try to classify the data as into different class labels. So this whole thing is basically used for pattern classification problems, and the first step, as I told you, is the feature selection. And feature selection is nothing but selecting a set of features that were more important to us, or those were actually we can say important to us and have more significance in the output. For obtaining the output, they are more dominant. And the second step is the classification step. Classification is nothing but a process of classifying the input data as per their feature domains into the individual classes. Now let's come to the learning vector quantization algorithm, and this algorithm is quite simple, but most of us won't try to understand it. Here I'll try to explain you in a much shorter and easy manner. So it starts from a trained self-organizing map with input vectors x and the associated weight vectors wj. Wj is the weight vector associated, the weight vector of a node, say j, associated input vectors with x. And then we use the classification labels of the inputs. We take the labels of the input and we try to classify them with the help of this learning vector quantization algorithm. That is, for each Voronoi cell we try to classify them more accurately. It is quietly unlikely that these Voronoi cell boundaries will match the classification boundaries. It means that not always we will get the exact boundary that is required. So for getting a better boundary or the decision boundary, the learning vector quantization algorithm comes into play. So what we did with the help of this algorithm, we tried to correct the boundaries by shifting the boundaries, and in order to shift the boundaries we have to consider some set of points, and these set of points are as follows. That is, when we update or when we change the how we change the weight, and what were the conditions on which we have to change the weight, and how this change in weight affects the decision boundary. We will see this. So the first condition we have to check is that when the input vectors and the associated weight vectors of the winning neuron, if both of them have same class label, in that case here if both of them have same class label, then we have to move them closer. And by how much we have to move them closer is done with this equation. Here this equation, the del Wix t refers to the change in weight of the winning neuron Ix at some time t is equal to the learning rate at some time t, followed by the input vector minus the old weight of the winning neuron at some time t. We have seen this WLXT in the SOM algorithm, but here I am not going to tell you about SOM algorithm. I will make another video for that. Now what is the second condition? Here the second condition is if the input x and the associated weight vector WLX have different class labels, then what we have to do, we have to move them apart. That is, instead of making them close, we try to move them from each other. That is, a repulsion action takes place, and how much we change them or we move them from each other is done with this equation. So the only difference in both of them is a negative sign in this equation when the associated weight and the input vector both have different classes. So what we will do, we will change the weight of the winning neuron at some time t with the negative sign followed by the learning rate and the input vector x minus the old weights of the input vector at some time t of the winning neuron. And the third condition is when the Voronoi vectors, that is the weight vectors, and the corresponding input regions both were left unchanged. In that case there is no change in weight, and this is denoted by the equation del Wj at some time t is equal to 0. Here the thing to note is that is the beta t is the learning rate, and this learning rate decreases as we go on with different iterations, or with the number of different iterations the learning rate decreases gradually, and in this way we get a better classification than by the SOM alone. I mean we'll get a better accuracy rate if we use the LVQ algorithm. That is, if we use SOM and LVQ both, we'll get a better result for a particular equation, or for a particular data set, or a problem of or a set of problem. And I'll also discuss, since this is not the only end of this video, but a few different videos will come soon, and in those videos I will discuss about how we can use the learning vector quantization algorithm on a sample data set, and we will see pen paper example also, how to use this algorithm step by step, and I'll discuss the different types of learning vector quantization algorithm like LVQ2, LVQ3, and what is the difference between the standard LVQ and the learning LVQ2 and LVQ3, and since this is a better topic to discuss, and so I think that is enough for this video. Thank you very much.